Hello, lurkers. And hello, you archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. Welcome to the Proximity. This game contains scenes of violence and or gore, one of the two, possibly both. I am about to start a haunting ground adventure. Oh, just in time for a raid as well. Let's put this light source down. Put this over here. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Oh, she seems very upset by what's going on. It is. I had 2 false starts as well because I wanted the intro to be just right and it wasn't working. We appear to be playing as this poorly dressed girl here in a spooky, spooky mansion. So I will say, this is part of my Frights and Fights Thursday, Friday adventures. And I can't promise there will be both frights and frights, but it might be an either-or situation. But this is supposed to be a spooky game. This is a sort of spiritual successor to Clock Tower 3. There we go, haunting ground. So, yes. Oh, I need to nudge your writing a tiny, tiny bit. Where's my cursor? So I shall do that. Let me just... Oh, it's... Yes, so, I mentioned this before, but I'll say it for anyone that's new. One of my favourite things, like, about being an older gentleman, let's ignore this screen, is finding out, like, a lot of the journalists I used to read on the internet are still about. In fact, are people I've still been following. I just didn't know who they were when they wrote the original articles. So for instance, Tim Rogers is a pretty famous example of somebody who wrote lots of things and then sort of became famous, and then you can find all his old stuff, and he's sort of infamous already among, like, developers. But, like, for me, the biggest example is I follow board game YouTube channel called Shut Up and Sit Down. And I didn't know that, like, Matt Lees used to work for Charlie Brooker, or that even Quinn's used to write for gaming magazines, which makes a lot of sense. But, like, I mention all this because Quinn's wife, I think it's wife, who's called Alexander Lee, wrote an article about this particular game. And we are going to skip this. And you can't find it on the internet anymore because it's that old an article. Lee Alexander, I said Alexander Lee, didn't I? Thank you very much. So yeah, because the thing, there's in Clock Tower 3, well, I'll say this again, with Fatal Frame 2, the longer in the Fatal Frame series, the longer you get into those games, let's hide this, we don't need to see this anymore. The less it becomes about horror and the more it becomes about, let's use the word waifu unironically, shall we? You know, like, it's made by Koei Tecmo, it's made by the same people that make Dead or Alive, and it's very obvious Fatal Frame 5 is made by the same people. So there's a bit of that in this, where you're like, well, you seem to be leaning away from the Clock Tower 3 thing, and more into something else. Now, Clock Tower 3 has the sort of violence against women thing in it, but it's actually quite subtle. I like the fact that, like, the villain of Clock Tower 3, spoiler warning, this villain to Clock Tower 3 is her grandfather, and he wants to marry her to become an immortal demon. Like, it's all, there's never any sort of, like, fan service in the presentation of that particular story. And I thought they did a really reasonably good job. The other thing about Clock Tower 3 is, of course, like, realising halfway through, oh, she's a magical girl. She's literally a magical girl that they made a horror story about, which I didn't realise first time I played Clock Tower 3. In this, they're leaning more in, like, you would have even seen it in the intro that comes up. They're leaning more into the sort of, this sexual violence, I've got to say. And you can even tell by the design of the character, as you can see right there. And for me, I don't know, like, this looks like they're just doing that for fan service reasons, but I trust, you know, I put stock into the writing of Leah Alexander, and so we'll see. I'm going to try and find the article, because it is gone, and I tried using the Wayback Machine to find it. Somebody must have kept a copy of it. It was good art. Like, it wasn't just a random article. It was like a well-known article, because otherwise I wouldn't know about it. But let's begin, shall we? So we have some delicious worm juice here. I don't know why I didn't put it on this screen. It would have stopped going to the trailer. So I believe I can swap like this. So I've got a widescreen mod on, because it's a PlayStation 2 game and PlayStation 2s weren't widescreen. But whenever it goes to cutscene, it will switch automatically to the correct aspect ratio, because these emulators are getting better and better. I keep like 3 copies of this emulator, because different ones are good for different purposes. Job well done. He certainly chopped that meat. I believe this is our protagonist. A jailer. Cup of tea is a good temperature. Is there a butcher? Oh, the fool! He left the lock open. Why did he try and grab through the bars then? That message should be by Transponder Snail. Oh, it's a bad doggo. But we will be meeting a good doggo. I understand. Maybe that was the good doggo. Shouldn't be so judgmental. There we are. So yeah, as I said a second ago, we will get a change of clothes soon enough, because I did test this out. Different versions of PCSX2 do different things. Like the version I had before had loads of chromatic aberration, which this seems to have fixed. We are in a place. The buttons, we have a pause button, don't seem to do anything. Although we have this special, these items, a file, a map, some comments. Where am I? I was in a car with my parents and I... It's no good. Everything seems so fuzzy. And some options, which we might play with later. I'll try not to. There's some birds. Hello, bird. Farewell, bird. I do have a run button. Here's a pot. I don't know if I can... I don't like that the run button is on A, because that's where I'd like action to occur, but we found ourselves a tree. I would like some shoes, please. Also, some clothing would also be nice. There's a cherub. Seems to be a gate over here. Conspicuous hole. I don't have anywhere. Oh, hang on. No, there's a hole here, but it's far too small for me. If only I had a sort of dog-shaped creature with me. Perhaps I could make use of that hole. I'm purposely ignoring the stairs. I'll come back to them in a second. I just want to investigate down here. It's another one of those pots. It stands out. It doesn't seem to do anything, though. Bunny! Oh, this isn't a spooky game at all. Look at it. This is a game where I get to interact with bunnies. Come back, bunny! No! Oh, this is a horror game. Something very shiny in there. Right. There seems to be a gate over here. How was your Pokemon experience? Okay, there's a nice house. I don't think there's a nice owner inside. How many of these pots do you need? Champion of berries. This is a big building. Is this where Devil May Cry is set as well? There's a door over here. I'm gonna pretend Devil May Cry is set in St. Michael's Mount. Not the cool one, the less cool one, because that's the less cool ones are St. Michael's Mount. Oh, I actually thought this was the correct place to go. Oh, it is. I've got to use the B button. We found a TV. We are not in past times. We're in TV times. What is the point of the four-poster bed if it doesn't have like a thing on top? Otherwise, it's just like weirdly pokey for a bed. That's a very large doorknob.
I've gathered some clothes for you.
Ah.
Wait, don't go. Excuse me, but
we? And how did I get here?
Yes, Master. We will keep her here for a while.
I don't think she's friendly.
Sure she stays comfortable.
Weren't you in the Ghostbusters movie? So is that literally the gentleman from Clock Tower 3? But like, as a new person? In the same way that the Butcher seems suspiciously similar to the first villain, Clock Tower 3. Right. Oh. Gotta remember to do that. So I was looking over here. It's the B button to interact. Can't walk around here holding these sheets around me. Call me old-fashioned. But I would prefer a normal set of clothes to these bed sheets. I guess she was the one of the maids working here. She's so beautiful. Almost too beautiful. It seems unnatural. I believe there's a change of clothes here. There is a change of clothes. The maid is apparently laid out. Yes, I shall change clothes. Well, I think I know where the master of the castle is. She gets changed very quickly, luckily.
Wait a minute. I remember being in the car with...
Right, bleep, bloop, bloop, bleep. Don't know what that means. It worked. What do you mean that worked? Clothing worked. It is now clothing. It functioned. What should I do now? If I could find a map of this place, I could get my bearings. Additional actions. I may kick with square. I don't have a square button. And I may throw with triangle. I do not have a triangle button. I believe that is the throw. That is the... It's going to take a while, but... throw some objects after equipping them. Place them down on the ground. Crouch with L1. R1 to backstep. Crouch is for hiding in the shadows. Backstep is for backstepping. Push background object. This is a lot all at once, game. Some background objects can be moved by pushing to the left analog stick or the directional buttons. Charge with the square button as well. I can tackle people. If you're able to hit the enemy with this move, you can shove them out your way. Okay, we may have to... There we go. I can take that! Yeah! Okay, well, I think it's that. There's just... Maybe I have to charge longer. There we go. If I need to tie my shoelaces. And you don't need to hold it... Oh, you do need to hold it down. And here's the backside. Like that. And look, we've got ray tracing here. Thanks, technology. Okay. Well, that opens doors. I think I want to go back the way I came first. Before we explore new places. I mean, I'm going to kick those pots. Okay, is that actually the open door function? It's a big old world, and it's going to be very easy to get lost in it. Well, we're looking for a map, so... Yeah, fuck you, bots! Oh, sorry. Oh, there's actually stuff in them as well. I totally knew that. What kind of room is on the other side? If I can see lights flicker from the candles. It's too dark to see anything. Okay, how do I pick... No, pick it up. Do I have to do that? I've got a medallion! It's used for alchemy, apparently. Stop kicking. So yeah, I very much miss not necessarily even horror games, but sort of third-person action games. They just sort of don't exist anymore. I very much like exploring these sorts of locations. And everything's all first-person, and I don't like it as much. Okay, I guess we'll go back to the start first. We have some pots to kick. Yeah. But, like, I don't want to have a survival game. Like, because that's what it sort of turned into. I also like the story experience. Oh, some magnesia. It's why I'm willing to put up with particular elements that are common to these games. I just want to put the terrible things I saw back there behind me. I'm not going back. You know what? That is not an unreasonable thing. But I did want to check out that place. I guess he's just not going. Basket? Okay. The door is being blocked by a wooden box. Okay, well I can't... Nothing I can do about that. Come here, bunny, I won't kick you, I promise. I found some chamomile. Oh, that reminds me. So, I won't be playing this tomorrow because for the next 4 days I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy Heaven Sword. Because it's four free days. Some free 4 days. No, that's the wrong way around. Okay, I guess that's what was in there. I swear there was like something here. Maybe not. Whatever, I got a chamomile. Living life large. Does this open? Hinge. Okay. Every time I get annoyed and go, drat. Look at. Oh, I've just missed the bus. Ah. Oh God, I've got that to look forward to. In other news, so of course they accepted the offer on my house. No, sorry, I don't have a house. They accepted my offer to buy a cottage, even not a house. But then they were like, so you gonna do the solicitor stuff? And I was like, I've got a financial advisor. And he was on holiday, so he's come back from his holiday now. And he was like, here's what the banks will give you. Here's some mortgage in principles. Now you're gonna need a solicitor. And I was like, I thought that was your job. What? And I was like, okay. They gave me a list of solicitors. So I thought, okay, I'll investigate the list. I sent little messages on their websites, because the websites say, oh, we look up the mortgage stuff for you and it'll cost you money. And I'm like, I've already done that bit. My financial advisor's got me that. I just need the second part, which I don't know what it is, because nobody tells me how any of this works. And nobody replied to those little web applets, so I asked the financial advisor, can you just recommend me a solicitor and give me an email? And he did. It was one of them from one of those companies, but it was the personal email. And I finally got a reply, and she was like, yeah, I'll do the mortgage thing for you. I'm not going on holiday though, so it'll be another week. So, yay. Just apparently everyone in the Cornish financial industry just doesn't want to be around Cornwall this time of year or something. I don't know. Right, we found ourselves a new section. This be a great place to be ambushed by murderous doggos. Some blood. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Oh, she does actually notice. Oh, we'll get away from it then. I do... What's down here? I don't fancy going there yet. Door is locked from the other side. Before I go there, I'm actually going to investigate downstairs. The reason I'm not going in there is because I know that's where the butcher is. Oh, I might have to go there. Because when I tested it out, I just sort of ran around for a bit, just to see if it worked. Not that door, it's also locked. Oh, hang on, where's my... This doesn't... Come on! And an antimony, I believe that's pronounced. I think we have no choice but to investigate the spooky corridor. So that's what we're going to do next. Yeah, I like it. I like the era of games where the camera was not placed like behind the shoulder, or like it was. It's the Resident Evil approach where they want the camera to be as spooky as possible. It's all drama. Stop making me try and make my own drama. I paid money for you to do the drama for me. Gosh, she must be bloody knackered. She's been running for like 10 minutes straight. Just for no particular reason at all, I'm just going to very slowly walk in this direction. Is this the... Found some lavender. B button, John. Desk is locked. Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff. Medallion. Magnesia. Created by polishing extracted magnesium ore. This item will be used by setting it on the ground. If an enemy runs over the magnesia, it will explode and do damage to them. Chamomile. Completely restores lost stamina. Antimony powder. Hardened clump of antimony powder. Throw it and it will explode on impact, but its attack is weak, but it can stun enemies. Lavender. Reduces panic. Oh, that was a thing in the other game as well, wasn't it? Oh, it feels almost as if it was custom tailored to fit me. It really clings to my ship quite nicely, although it feels a little tight in the chest area. The spooky skull doll. Right, running the fuck away. I want to investigate the room that is... Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Oh, that door's open. Was that door always open? That door was always open. Okay, what should I do? If I don't get something, that thing will get me. Evasion points. Press the circle button, which I hope is B. Triangle X, square circle. Near the closest beds, closets or beds even, to escape enemies that are pursuing you while hiding. I didn't actually know about this bit. I did say antimony. Yes, it was one of the things I picked up from the ground. Some powder. When hiding, stamina will recover an accelerated rate, and panic will decrease. Increase speed. Also press the circle while you're hiding to exit. If you approach a possible evasion point while being pursued by an enemy, the words "wait a second, what's that?" will be displayed. This is a hint that means there'll be an evasion point nearby. However, be warned that if you repeatedly hide in the same locations over and over again, the enemy will soon catch wind of your hiding spot. Okay. Hiding. Oh, I see. Don't go out the other exit. I can't move the camera, I'll check. Alyssa. She's not called Alyssa, that's the other game. Cool. I would like to save as well. I don't know how to do that. Right, we have a doll here. A bisque doll. Well, there's a cat then. Move this out of the way. And we're going to assume he may return at some point. We'll do that afterwards, because it felt like that was like a trick evasion point or something. Woman with wings protruding from her back. An angel, perhaps. Imagine being in, like, you woken up in a spooky castle with a monster chasing you around. And like, yes, the painting's got an angel, I think. Rather than just fucking panicking. Oh yes, 16th century, I think. This is a bird cage. Looks like the remaining husk of a bird in a cage. Save point. I think. It's a typewriter. Is it a typewriter?
It's not a computer, that's for sure. It has alphabetic keys, though.
It is. Oh, hello. I'm Johnstruct. This John stuff is apparently what I typed there. Oh, I thought that was a save. I hope it's not important. Oh, damn it. We're not cool having a John stuff plate key. That's stupid. Ah, dagnammit. I didn't... Am I really going to quickly restart a game just because I put something stupid on a plate key? Oh, I see. That makes sense. I tell you what, yes I am, but I can do it quickly. We've barely done anything. And I don't know what goes on the plate key. I just don't want it to be John stuff. I just thought it was a save point. So we are going to very quickly restart the game and fast forward for everything. And then hopefully have a think about what I want to actually write there. Proximity. There we go. We're going to write that on it. We're going to enable turbo. We can do this quickly. Oh, hang on. Fuck, I should have checked for if there was autosaves. On a PlayStation 2 game? Oh, it's worth a try. No, okay, well. Yeah, skips. There we go, this won't take it too long at all. Gonna kick the fuck out of those pots. magnesia back. Go talk to the bunny. Oh, I just got nothing out of that. There's my chamomile. Go downstairs. Get the antimony. There we go. We speed running now. I mean, we've literally got a fast forward button on, but I didn't. Okay. I don't know if we get anything from this actual room. This is closed. Yeah, we got this. Lavender. But you know what I didn't check? I didn't check this, so let's turn fast forward off briefly. It's just a book. Okay, fine. And I'll resist the urge to use the fast forward button when I'm invading most of the time. It depends on how repetitive it'll get. Well, fuck, I didn't realize he didn't leave the same way as he did last time. Okay, we're making new plans. Oh, he gets tired. I never get tired. Actually, it does look like she might be tired, but... Is there a closet in here? Excuse me. Oh, she's gonna have a heart attack. Fuck. Why can't you close the doors behind you? I just wanted to catch up with what I did last time. Oh, she's tripping over herself as well. This is quite a cool mechanic. Probably should stop fast forward. It's just really annoying that he's just like lockstep with me. Okay, there we go. He said the coast was clear, didn't it? There we go. But that's quite cool. So you can still get away while you're panicked. Okay. Stop sounding like a cat. Right, we're going to save our game here. Mainly because I don't know how to save in this game yet. And I do not wish to do that again. Okay, this time I'm going to write proximity, I think. Why does it say times 10 down the bottom? Maybe it is just the save game. I just realised that won't fit. Where's the back button? Proximal. That changed it to times 9. I'm guessing I have to put it somewhere. I've obtained the proximal plate key. There we go. If I see that dude again, I'm going to kick the fuck out of him. There is also a tackle button, which I think is that. Okay, I did manage to do that. That does not waste time. He could return. Oh, I just want to double check. No, there's nothing in it. I found the science room. Hello, Golem. Huge doll made of earth blocks the door. There's a slot-shaped hole in the chest. A thin metallic plate with letters carved into it. Sorry, 1 second. Certainly not discarding it. What about the biscuit doll? Coated and kicked on dirt gives off quite the pungent odour. Maybe I can use that on him as well. I have to get away, but where to? So this machine is used to engrave letters into these plate things. The only question is, why build a machine for this sole purpose? What do the plates do? Such tremendous heat. With heat like this, I'm sure it's used for refining. Cook our fuck out of that. Oh, some kind of file here. I've obtained the old parchment. For deciphering of the Book of Origins, Seferu Yutera has uncovered the process of creating life from earth soil. This golem needs not nourishment nor sleep, making this earthen guardian the ultimate safekeeper of our deepest alchemic secrets and knowledge. I dub this creature Emeth. Okay, maybe that's what I need the plate for. But I still like that we have a proximity plate. How in the fuck do we save our game in this? Sorry about that. Cut that out, John. Emeth. Oh, nope. Got the MF plate key. Thanks, bud. Ah. I kind of feel sad. It's just in the corner. Lighting's kind of strange in this room. We have a ladder, which it seems like we'll need because there's a steep drop right there. I also see a shiny thing. Do a slide. She does not slide down. I don't get to that shiny thing. What is this? An old well or something. Opening has been sealed up with a wooden board. Let's kick the fuck out of these things. Some more magnesia. Got to remember to actually use some of this stuff. We'll try this door first. Door's locked. Need to find a key. Drat. Nope. It's a strange house. Ah, these statues seem bloody stoked to be around this door. There's a gate. To find another way around. Oh, I found a key. My key. It's a key. It's clearly a key. Oh, I annoyed a pianist.
Ah, Fiona. I see you finally awakened. There's something that I've wanted to show you for quite some time. Pull away that sheet behind you.
I don't think he's a good person, Fiona. I think you should ignore him and just take the key. It's not going to be Shrek.
Beautiful, isn't it? That come in the future. Go ahead. You may touch me. You will be mine, Fiona.
He's just reading off taunts some love hearts. Are we being introduced to all the villains beforehand? I'm picking up the key first. The garden key. What is this thing? It really gives me the creeps. Why would anyone in their right mind put something like this here? What's this? Some more chamomile? Oh, I can knock this over for one. I'm not sure why I'd want to yet, but... Oh, something about books. I've clicked it. Oh, the books would weigh you down. Go on then. Maybe I'm not capable of applying enough force. Drat. Well, we have ourselves a key. What is this curtain? This is the... Not that way. Okay, I found a key. I don't know if it's the right one. Oh yeah, I forgot about the crouch button. One of the middle key gives you entry to the inside of the castle for the garden. It's a wisp. Luminescence. Is that how you spell that? Are tiny creatures that feverishly pursue Fiona once they've caught wind of her. When Luminescent makes contact with Fiona, not only will it put her in a state of panic, but also ruptures, producing a sound which attracts the unwanted attention of nearby enemies. Oh, hello, Craig. Sorry, oh no, you didn't post, I see. I'm doing well. Fiona's not doing great, but I'm doing great. I'll read this again. Luminescence do fade over time, but most effective way to get rid of yourself of these troublesome creatures is to reach a neighbouring area close to the door. Doing so will cut off the luminescent sensing ability and stop them dead in their tracks. They've been saved to my file. Open the door then! Close the door behind you. Is this... oh, that's a literal mechanic. Okay, I'm going to remember to do that. That seems important to do constantly. Who's making... Is this... it is... Something strange about that part of the floor. Yeah, I've just clearly pressed a button. Is this a block pushing puzzle? TikTok. Oh, I found a save point. Finally. I don't like A being confirm and run at the same time, but I'm in the castle corridor. It says we've only been doing this for 34 minutes, but that's because I fast forwarded for a bunch of games to do it again. Because I wanted the first plate to be named something different. Can we go through into here? What is this? There's no knob! What can I do? Is there a hook here? If I attach something to it, I could use that in place of the doorknob. Can't you try and just pull it? So that particular the Tau Warhammer 40k game, I'm quite picky with what first person shooters I play anyway, because I kind of got incredibly bored of the sort of modern shooter games. I did like Doom, but I never finished it. But I've been meaning to go back and try some of those like 90s style shooters people keep making. But I suspect I'll be bad at them. It's quite hard to do commentary on top of shooters as well. Yeah, I need to push something. Can I grab this chair? What in the world is there a chair here? This is just a normal chair, right? Let me pick it up. Doesn't make much sense to me, not that anything in this place does. I'll be honest, the chair's the least weird thing. Like, that's a perfectly convenient place to put a chair. Considerably weirder stuff has happened to you. Probably from the same set. She has a lot to say about, That's fair enough. I know there's also the, I mean, I put a list of games in the Discord. But there's the one where you play the Ultramarines. I did find a painstaking list. Ooh, I found a kitchen of YouTube videos that goes for all the lore, and I really like that series of videos. It's kind of, the early bit is hilarious because of how, like, if you want a Mary Sue, like a proper Mary Sue, the merriest Sues of Mary Sues, the Emperor is that character. The sink looks rusted in several spots. The Emperor's backstory is hilarious. Thick reddish black discoloration cakes the surface. Huh, I think I may own that game and I never finished it, but those were back in the days where I never finished anything. I stream because that's the only way to finish stuff. I found some chicken jerky. You can buy jerky, but it's way too expensive. I'm sure somebody could make jerky. I wouldn't trust myself to make anything. Do I want to continue? Oh, a fridge. We should probably look around at our cool stuff we've picked up as well, because I'm sure it will come in handy at some point. A banquet. Okay, before we investigate the banquet, and I did see a curious-shaped object. I swear there was a door. Oh, what's this? Oh god, there's like 3 ways out. Kick! Yeah! Take that door! Oh, is this our map? I've obtained the castle sketch. It's not a map? It's not a map, it's just a sketch. A section of the rooms in the basements have been coloured in to use. Oh, you have to use the map. Belli Castle is very big. Okay, what do the X's mean? Do I recognise any of it? Okay, so I'm pretty sure we started... I don't know where we started. What am I even talking about? I guess here, actually. We started here. So, I don't have a cursor. We started in the top right-hand corner, basically. We escaped the Butcher's Dungeon. And we went down... I wish I could... Why can't my cursor go on the screen? Anyway, we started on the screen. And... So, right there. We started there, and you go up those stairs. And you end up in... There? It kind of looks similar, to be honest. No, because it clearly slots... Well, I don't know which floor it would be. Okay, I think it starts there. That looks like... That Maybe? Let's say that. You go into the far right. You enter the room. Right there. I don't know what that X stands for. The painting was there, I think. And that's where you get changed. And you can go and investigate downstairs, which leads to this basement, to the first floor. That was blocked. So instead I went all over. I don't know. Where are we right now? We're in the basement right now. Okay, it says there's a room in red, didn't it? So that's what I care about, presumably. Yeah! You trap me in here, I'm gonna kick the fuck out of your stuff. Neat. Oh. I did notice a table you could hide underneath. He's surprisingly quick. Okay, I'm unsure where we are now. Did we investigate everywhere? Don't fall over. What is this? Scary movie? Oh, there's another dude. Maybe he's the one who sits. Oh, is there an invisible man? Was that Latin? Oh, don't fuck with Latin. Yeah, I don't think this.
I am Ricardo, keeper of the castle.
Don't think he's going to be better.
So sorry to hear about your accident. Your parents. As Master Ugo and Mistress Ayla are both deceased, you, Miss Fiona, are the sole surviving heir of Belli Castle.
Oh, this is my place.
Are you in pain, miss? Will you be alright? You've had a long day. Please, rest upstairs. Your bed has been prepared.
Note to self, stamp him, stamp on his feet. We are having spooky times.
This isn't real. It's just a dream. This can't be happening to me. It can't be. Oh.
I imagine it's going to be a lot. Timing's quite good. What with Vince being back in WWE. Doggo? Oh, that's not what the background's supposed to look like. Oh. I was tempted to go myself. There we go. We didn't fully explore that area. Antique doll. Okay, before we go see the doggo, which I will insist on calling it. There we go. So yeah, that's where we started. The lights are off now. We'll have a look at the comments. This machine used to engrave letters. Judging by the fact that there's a hook here, there's probably something hanging here, but what? My parents are dead. It has to be a lie. Maybe it's all just a dream. Maybe I'm just in shock or something. That has to be it. Just has to be. Yeah, it very much, like, I know the internet said, you can't trust the internet when they say, oh, the second half of the WrestleMania felt very Vince-like, but, like, what was it, Triple H started the Monday Raw with, nothing is gonna change, and not only did, like, a load of wrestlers immediately panic, it became immediately obvious it was a Vince Raw, and it's like, oh, I'd feel lucky if I was in AEW. Be a great time for CM Punk to come back, let me tell you. Oh yes, of course he does, yeah.